Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, the links are down below. Also, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. It greatly helps out the channel. All right, I'm going to start with an empowering question. Like that one there. All right. We have, am I living according to the expectations and dreams of others or of my own? How do I distinguish them from each other? Ooh, that's a good question. Right? Are you living according to the expectations and dreams of others or my own? Sometimes people are really good at convincing us that we want something, but it's not. But if we were on our own, we really wouldn't want to do that. So maybe that's why it's like, how do I distinguish them from each other? Okay, so I'm going to use my Green Witch Tarot. The challenge, 3 of Wands, 4 of Swords, and the High Priestess, listening to that inner voice, right? That kind of goes back to that. Are you living to your own expectations or somebody else's, right? Are you listening to what you feel inside and doing what you feel inside is right for you? Or are you convincing yourself that it's someone else convincing you that to do something that they want you to do? Knight of Cups. I feel like, what are those true feelings that you feel? What is it that you want to explore and you want to do? What is that 9 of Pentacles for you? Energies coming in. We have Nature card, which is the Devil card. So the hunter is setting the trap for the bear, but the bear sees that. So that is the Capricorn, right? Don't fall into that trap. I almost feel like that. Like this future energy is now you see that is there someone around you that is making you or convincing you to feel or do a certain thing, and you've been having those rose-colored glasses on, and now you finally realize, you know what, I see you're setting the trap for me, right? Thinking, I love that one, right? 7 of Cups. I'm thinking about that. I see that you are setting that trap for me, and I'm not going to fall into it again, right? And then from there, you have to make those decisions. Is with this 3 of Swords here, it's those choices and those decisions as she's standing there and she's going into this dilapidated little house here. But is she packing up her bags and walking away, or is she packing up her bags and she's going to fix the situation? Oh, Horn God, perfect. It's the Emperor. Power, right? Being in your power to make the choices and decisions that you feel are best for you and not what somebody else wants you to do, right? Feeling in your own power. You know, being that stag as he has the horns on there, right? Being in control, being the leader of your life, right? And seeing if people are setting up traps for you or not. Again, with this card here, I feel like that's a big card there. All right, so let's grab some more cards here. So the conflict, or what you may be struggling with, right? Is it a friendship? Is it a friendship that you feel is... Okay, so let's see. I'm going to grab this one. See, it's all over the place. Do you see how the cards were kind of, they just spilled out all over the place, right? And that could be the way that you're feeling, is kind of all over the place. When I do my readings, I like to look for certain signs of things, repetitive energies of things that happen. So I feel like with the cards having spilt out all over, I almost feel like maybe that is something that you need to be aware of. We have the Emperor again. So this is the conflict, or what you're struggling with is that power, right? Is the Emperor power. And then we have the Star card, which is Aquarius, and it's that direction and that guidance, right? That you feel that you are off. We have the World card, and then we have the 8 of Swords, we have the Tower, we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Five of Wands, and then we have the Chariot. So these are the cards that were turned over, so I'm just going to put these down here. Just because they did turn out, like, I don't know. You know what? I don't like to follow any rules. I like to do it the way I feel it. That's how I do my readings, however I feel. With this energy here, I feel like it's kind of looking at the toxic behavior that you've been surrounded by and feeling at a loss of power, and how do you get things back on track and move on so that you feel this comfort within yourself and start new, but looking back and saying, yes, I see patterns, or I see things that I have done in the past, or I see how that has happened, kind of looking back. I always feel the King of Wands is somebody who who's very wise and kind of looks at patterns from the past and looks back over things and says, you know what, yeah, like trying to learn from situations, and to start new and to start fresh with the Fool there. But seeing that, okay, something has been toxic, especially with this current energy here with the Tower, and not holding yourself back from kind of tearing things down and starting new and fresh, and focusing on what is your dreams or what is important to you. And seeing how these traps are being set up here and thinking about that and saying, okay, what do I want? Thinking about, you know, do I want to fix this situation, or do I want to move on? And I feel like that's something that you really have to take that time to think about, to process, to work at, but the main thing is that you're aware of the situation, that you're seeing, you know what, I see what's going on here. I see that I'm feeling this loss of power and this loss of direction, and I'm not listening to my inner voice, and I'm just kind of, you know, hanging out underneath a tree, and I don't really feel motivated, and I don't want to do anything, and my head is down, and I'm just, something is affecting you, and you're like, how do I get motivated to do things, and I've kind of lost this, or this person wants me to go in this direction and do this, but I really don't want to do that, and I'm not feeling that, but I feel this sense of responsibility, and I feel that I'm missing out because there's something else that is more emotionally fulfilling for me, that I have been ignoring, and I've been holding myself back from this world energy. And so it's time for you to take things under control, because you are seeing the cracks in the situation, which then leads to this Devil card over here, where people, you know, it's setting you up, right? Setting the trap for you to fall into that, whatever that trap may represent to you. And you're like, yeah, I see the cracks, I see the trap, right? I'm the bear, and I'm seeing that what's being set up for me. I'm really seeing what's going on now. My eyes are opened, right? And thinking about, where do I go from here? Do I pack up and do I leave? Because this is not a situation that can be fixed, or I don't feel like going through that battle of trying to move on from it, right? Is that too much of a weight? And you don't want to go through that battle, right? That you just want to move forward on your own and you be in control of where things are going, right? I kind of feel like this is the energy here, is that you don't want to go through the battle of, sometimes people just, you could have all the proof in the world, and you can have all the receipts, and they're still not going to listen to you, because they're living in their own world. They're living in their own bubble, that they see things the way that they see them. And to them, that is their truth. And that's fine. But then you have to decide, okay, if they feel that that is their truth, then am I going to stay in that situation and accept that? Or do I need to see my own truth and take control of the situation and move on from something? I feel like you're moving on. I feel like she's packing up her bags and moving on. But of course, you have to decide what is best for you. Because I almost feel like this is all connected, where you see that, hey, this really wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and that I'm just ending up in all of this disappointment, and I just keep focusing on the negativity, and this has become toxic to me, and that I'm not feeling the good, right? And it's time to move forward. But of course, you have to decide whatever is best for you. But I feel like there's a lot of information here that is going on, that is being revealed to you, and you know, I feel like you know inside what it is that you want to do, but it's also about getting your power back. Let me see if I didn't look at the bottom of the deck. So we have Ace of Wands, taking actions, right? That nothing is going to change unless you take those actions to make things happen, right? That yeah, it would be easier to sit back and just have that person realize or have everything resolve on its own. But if you want change, you have to be change and to break yourself free from this, right? Even though if that turns into a tower moment, but that's what I have always said is why I like the tower, is it's because change has to be made because there's cracks in the foundation, that it's not what it appears to be, and that it's something that's cracking and falling apart, and it needs to come down to rebuild stronger in whichever way you feel that is. I love when it flows, right? It all makes sense. We have legacy, persistence, not giving up, that when you face these challenges of this Eight of Swords and the Tower and the Devil card over here and this challenge here and the fight, when you face these challenges, that you have that persistence and that you don't give up, because you know that you are on the path that is right for you, and it's a big learning experience for you, and that the rewards are great. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.